Welcome to Inside Rams Camp, presented by Unified Financial Credit Union. I'm Camryn Irwin alongside Stu Jackson, and somebody that's been turning heads day in and day out here at camp, wide receiver Puka Nacua. Congratulations, you made it through rookie camp. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Glad I made it through, but also sitting down is real nice. It feels good for the body.
So what's higher at this point, your level of exhaustion or your level of excitement for preseason game number 1 on Saturday?
I think, honestly, the excitement. I have yet to been to SoFi, honestly, so I'm excited. My first trip to SoFi is going to be on game day, so I'm excited for the whole experience of it all, and I've only heard great news, so I'm excited for that one.
This is the next step for you in your transition, obviously, from college to the NFL. What's that experience been like for you, and what's maybe been the most eye-opening thing as you've kind of learned the ropes here?
I guess the room for error is a lot smaller. Everybody's bigger and faster and stronger. I got tackled by AD, and I think my whole right side, it felt like it shut down. Like I was like, "Hey, coach, I don't know if I'm going to be good for the next one." But it's been super fun, and just getting to ask the right questions from the vets that we have on our team and how helpful they've been. It's been I'm extremely grateful for all the help that they lend, but I've been having a lot of fun too.
Now, it's still early days for you, which means you're learning about your teammates. You just mentioned AD and the hit that you had to deal with from him. What's maybe one of the surprising elements that you've learned about one of your teammates here at camp?
I guess just the preparation from Cooper Kupp and Tyler Higbee and Matthew Stafford. Those are the 3 guys that are the kind of the leaders of the skill group for our offense, and watching them move individually but also collectively as a group, as leaders of the offense, and how well they communicate with each other. And then you can see the communication, especially for me as a young guy. I'm scrambling all over the place, and the simple direction that they can point and the communication that they have is extremely needed, but it's so good too that the level of communication that they have makes it super easy for me to be out there, as well as the other guys too.
With learning from Cooper especially, what are some things that you've picked up on when you've spent some time with him in training camp?
Just understanding timing. Not everything's always got to be full speed, get pedal to the metal the whole time. So that's been good, and he's the master of changing tempo and understanding where he needs to be in the timing of the play, and understanding how to get leverage in the timing of the play, and making sure you're where you need to be when number 9's ready to throw the ball. So I say that's the biggest thing. Body control is the thing that he's got to the maximum level, so trying to understand that and understanding the little tips that he can give of foot placement and understanding, trying to see the defense more so I can put myself in better leverage and not have to run as hard as I do every play.
Now, many have drawn comparisons to you and Cooper just in terms of coming out of college ball, maybe being undervalued or underrated. I'm curious, have you connected with him at all in terms of your journeys coming out of university now into the NFL?
A little bit. It's funny. I've had Cooper Kupp come into our college, our receiver room, and do Zoom calls at the University of Washington. Coach Adams is a receiver coach that coached Cooper Kupp. So it's so funny. Like I asked, when I'm in college, and I'm like, "Hey, coach, you still have that cut up?" And when Cooper's talking to us and how he was talking about making that cut, and so it's funny. He'd always send me stuff, and then just getting to be here, like I'm right next to Coop. So it's like I feel like I know you. I'm the ultimate fangirl, and I hope he doesn't get annoyed because I'm in his back pocket if he'll let me be. I'm asking all the questions and trying to understand. I mean, he's the best. I think one of the best to do it at all time at that position. So I'm trying to ask all the questions he'll give.
You're known as a fluid route runner. Who were some guys that you studied or maybe modeled your game after or looked up to as you grew up and progressed through football?
Yeah, I always liked Julio Jones, being a bigger receiver and being able to get out of the breaks. I think that's something that separates some of the bigger guys. Always think of, especially moving into the slot and getting moved around the football field, and then. Julio Jones has kind of been my guy, so I've always like new Julio, old Julio, and I think Megatron, some of the bigger guys, and then obviously I like Mike Evans too. Coming out of my friend sent me a video when I was young, and I saw Mike Evans, and I was like, oh, I like that. He's a big physical receiver, but he's also known for being able to take the top off. So trying to build the complete wide receiver. So.
Now, year 1, I'm curious, is there a milestone you can set for yourself in terms of what you would like to accomplish?
Be ready to do my job every week.
Yeah.
It's hard to think that far ahead. I'm excited for all the opportunities and the experiences that are going to come, but I feel like I can't even think past Saturday. I'm still
past Saturday.
I'm trying to plan my trip to SoFi. That's the thing I'm trying to figure out, like what it's going to be like. You got to wear an outfit now and stuff. I'm like, Coach, in college we were all wearing the same jumpsuit. I'm like, shoot, I don't know what I'm going to wear.
So wait, have you planned anything? What are the threads going to look like? Any pregame rituals for you?
I love to get a good nap on game day. I'm not a big eater, but my music, some music. I love Drake. I'm a big Drake guy. So Drake is going to be playing for me all day, and then I'll get some house music, maybe some Fisher or some Dom Dalla in there.
Now, you're wearing number 17 on your chest. I know you used to wear number 12. I'm not going to say why. I think I know why. I read an interview somewhere. We won't get into that. But 17 was worn by a very well-respected wide receiver in this organization. I'm curious why you chose 17.
Well, I actually didn't get to choose 17. I was unaware. There's probably bad awareness by me. But when they called, they're like, "Hey, what number do you want?" I was like, "Hey, is 12 available?" And they're like, "No." And I was like, "Okay, that's my fault for asking." But then they told me, and I was like, "I'll just take anything in the teens." And then I came and I got blessed with 17, and it's been actually really cool because when I'm watching the tape, it makes it a little bit easier to visualize myself out there. I'm like, okay, I see it 1-7, and man, the energy that he played with and he brought, and especially in the run game, and how that made it so much easier for him to, I think, run routes, the physicality that he played with, and especially not being, it doesn't seem like he's a 6'4" wide receiver out there, but man, in those run games and when he's running routes, it feels like he was 6'4", so I'm excited to bring that same type of energy.
All right, well, maybe it's Robert Woods renewed. We'll see. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I wanted to go back to the preparedness for just a second, or preparation. One of the things that your coaches and teammates talked about that, you do really well is translating and processing information as far as taking it from the meeting room to the field. And how did you, I guess, develop that, retention strategy for, learning those things and then being able to apply it quickly on the field?
I'd say asking questions was probably the biggest thing. Trying to get down to the nitty gritty and the complete understanding, so where to maybe not the exact T of, because their level of understanding of the bigger picture is so much more than mine. But in my small box that I'm playing in the game of football, at the line of scrimmage or at the top of the route, understanding, okay, if he's giving me this type of thing, and trying to understand, okay, if I get this leverage and I need to break this way, where do I need to put him, or where does my body position need to be in the timing of the concept? So trying to ask all those little questions from Coop and trying to understand from Higgs, and especially Higgs has been a big help to me playing the Z receiver, so I'm with him a lot, so it's been a blast. Like trying to ask as many questions as possible, squeeze it out, but sometimes I'm trying to understand that. Watching number 10 and number 89 out there is super fun too. So when I'm not going, I'm locked in on them.
Now, Puka, I know family and football go hand in hand for you, so we also want to welcome you first and foremost to the Ramley.
Thank you.
No doubt about it. But I'm also curious, speaking of family, who's going to show up for you week 1?
I think I got my mom is coming out for week 2. My older brother Kai, and then my girlfriend's going to be out there, and then my older brother Samson. So I got a couple of the brothers coming through for the first one, so I'm excited. All
right. Well, welcome to the Ramley, and thanks for joining us here at Inside Rams Camp. We cannot wait to see you on Saturday at 6 p.m. in SoFi Stadium. This has been Inside Rams Camp, presented by Unifi Financial Credit Union.